Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are at the Faculty of Technology Sciences at Mother Teresa University in Skopje, and my guest is Professor Diturije Ismaili. Diturije, can you tell me how did you choose your profession, and does someone inspire you, or it was your decision?
Yes. Thank you, Professor. So indeed, my profession I chose accidentally. It was a special time during the war in Kosovo, and I started my career as a volunteer in an NGO. Then in that NGO, during one project, I met some people from United States, and they taught me a lot about the technology. Indeed, how it's functioning in USA and how the world is developing. So, and I thought, okay, maybe I can register something on science technology, and I decided to study science technology and to continue my career on researching that. Really, nobody how to say affected me to do that, but I was informed just on right time, when I needed to decide about my career and my profession.
Yes, and based on the answer, we can say that was the starting moment, the point when you decided that you will have a career in the science field. And can you tell me more about what was the difficultest challenge that you overcome in your profession?
Yeah. Indeed, on that time, because I started my studies 30 years ago, and as we know, we are coming from a country, that we are on underdeveloping countries, and on that time it was very difficult, the equipments, to find equipments, and the university where I studied, they faced this difficulty, and to find literature, especially because on that time everything was on hard copy books and stuff like that, and now, as we know, the time is developing, and for nowadays students it's very easy to find literature online, to have different tech equipments and stuff like that. I remember very well when we found a laptop, it was, wow, that's a science fiction. So, but the equipments were very, very difficult. We faced with that problem, equipments and online literature.
Yes, I know that time.
Yeah.
Based on current challenges and trends in the researching, let's say, what is your driving force in your work? What stimulates your work, and what is keeping you on to move on in researching and science?
Indeed, I'm very much interested on research, and I'm trying to always to connect my students with the research projects, especially with empirical research. And during my subjects, my topics, always I'm trying to push them and to direct on that direction. Every students, or maybe sometimes when they are big groups, so I'm trying to put them on groups and work on research topics, and direct them to find different sources, like online books, go on field, making some interviews or questionnaires. So I'm much more interested on that, because as per teaching, so teaching can do everybody also from their home, from online literature, but research is the nowadays challenge on education.
Yes, I understand that. And my question is, do you remember, or can you extract some moment of your previous work that you are especially proud of it?
I have a great experience on the region, on education in the region. and science in the region, since I've started my career in Kosovo, and then I moved to Macedonia. I did in private university, international private university, Southeast European University for 12 years. Then I moved in Tirana for 4 years, and then from Tirana back to Skopje again. But when I compare all this experience around, so the best moment for me was, and the more impressive moment for me was working in Tirana, in Epoka University, which was a private international university in Tirana, where everybody, we all taught in English, and we have a lot of collaborators from Europe, from USA, and we were connected with them through projects, research projects, and that was the very, very impressed. Also working with international collaborators and to learn some things that we maybe just read somewhere, but never couldn't touch here in our countries. So there are a lot of, since, as I said, my career is multinational mainly, but it was private sector again may offer more in this direction for education. If we talk for our reality, for Balkan reality, yeah.
Yes, I understand. And my last question is more like a favor. Can you give some advice to the young woman that needs to follow your steps in the career and become successful women in science?
Yeah, I really admire all women when they decided to study on science, STEMs. Because in our times, it was, as I mentioned before, 30 years ago, and people or our families were more directed to for the female gender to study more, like nursing or teacher or education, stuff like that. But nowadays, as the world is developing, I advise my daughter as well, but also the students. Go ahead, study STEM, study natural sciences, study science technology, because that's the future of the world. So, and always also when I'm teaching some topics in social sciences, I'm saying that this is to my students, especially to women, this is not enough. You have to do some informal education to complement your basic education, because the world is functioning in a multidisciplinary level now, and STEM really is the future of the youth and of education.
Professor Diturije, it was really a pleasure to have you as my guest in this scientific research interview, let's say. And I think that your answers will help a lot of young youths that will listen and will follow the steps of successful women in STEM. Thank you again.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, and it was my pleasure as well. And always, I'm in favor and supporting young women, especially to study in STEMs. And there are a lot of projects around that they can be connected with the world, and there are a lot of new study curricula programs. So if there is a will, so everybody, and offshore, the support should come from us. From their mentors.
As academia.
Yeah, as academia. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you to you as well.
Thank you to all. Okay, thank you. Goodbye to all. Greetings, and we'll back again.